So hello everyone. Today we are here back with our another we can say another class on our the grammar part that we are covering for the past few days. Okay, so it's in a continuation with whatsoever method and strategy that we have developed till now. Okay, so as you can also and first of all I'm so sorry for delaying this class technically. So without any further ado, I think we should start today's session. Meanwhile, we will also wait for 2 to 3 minutes to let other learners class. So guys, please hurry up. Please to join. I hope आप लोगों की preparation अच्छी चल रही होगी. So please to join. Please forward this link to your friends also, so that they can also benefit from this. So as we have discussed in our previous classes, and also we have devised our strategy accordingly. For example, we will try to cover one word of the day, also along with their synonyms, antonyms, and structure. Along with it, we are also trying to cover our idioms and phrases in such a way that not we can say that we are trying to cover it in its entirety. Rather, we are just trying to there is a famous expression also when you try to something drop by drop, it will lasts there, okay, and lasts forever. So in that way we have started doing our grammar portion, doing our comprehension portion, also so many other important parts that we also need to consider while appearing for. Now, as you can see in front of you in the first slide, that the word of the day is spearhead. Now when we consider this word spearhead, try to understand of this. Sometimes in your examination you will also feel also you will witness sometimes some question will or some word will appear in front of you which you are unaware about. Now what can be done in those cases can also be understood in terms of the structure of that particular word. For example, let's say it's here written down in the form of spearhead. So SPA, spear plus head. Now it become very easy in order to understand what the meaning of this word will be. Okay, so whenever we talk about spear, whenever we talk about head is something which is a priority, which is top. Okay, it means the word itself will point towards the meaning. It's something which has started, something which has initiated, not from any pre-established norm. Rather, we can say something that had started from, let's say, in mathematical terms, visual. Okay. This origin is a point. Origin is something, a place, a position from where something starts. So spearhead, when we look at this tactic, or we can say morphological meaning, what we refer is that spearhead is something that actually leads to an event. When we consider leads to an event, we actually also try to refer that whenever any phenomenon, whenever any occurrence that are bound to happen, when it actually starts from one point, when it starts from one place, we actually say that it's a spearhead. Okay? Something originated in such a way that it has no traces past, and also we can say it will start from something somewhere which will definitely work as a function, as a reference for the future. Okay, so we can see the synonyms. First one is forefront. Okay. Forefront, something which can say which position. Forefront is defined in terms of personality. What is the particular? Okay? If it is put at forefront, say at above everything that actually are in hierarchy, are actually in order, well, that's called forefront. Okay? Pioneer, pioneer means someone. Pioneer basically means someone who have started something. Okay, for example, in developing a concept, or we can say say or starting something from fresh. Okay, from trash, you can say. Now its head means something who is superior to each and everything that are in order. Also vanguard, spear point, innovator, forerunner, all these are synonyms to this spearhead, meaning something which had started from an initial, okay, which has no reference, or which do not actually refer to any past events and historical event. Number one. Number two, it also means something which is placed on the top of everything that are actually included in that structure. Okay, So what will be its antonym? Antonym will be something which will have traces of the past. For example, when we talk about inheritance, inheritance is something which is left behind, is left for us, left behind by our forefathers or ancestors. ANCES will be known as inheritance, and in that form adjective is inheritor. The person who will inherit those left behind underscore called inheritor. Successor means someone who will succeed someone. It means something which is not at the top, rather he will become on top, he will be on the top. That is defined in terms of destroy. Destroy means something who is not hate something, rather he is trying to eliminate all those orders that's standing in relation to. Okay, so for example, I have included one sentence also which is about company, that the company has hired a marketing service provider who will spearhead the marketing segment. It means this company has started something from scratch about its strategy, about its new strategy, and that is marketing service. Something which was not there, rather it is initiated at that particular period. Now you can also and like discussed in first class, I specifically mentioned in my first class, sometimes standing grammar, sometimes under structure is not much in that error part sentence. Okay. So you can also try to cover those error parts through taking, we can say, through the reference, rather we can say by taking into account all, or we can say everything, okay, that we discuss in our all or everything that we discuss in our class through our linguistic mode that develop for. Okay, so we will try to cover our English portion in a language which itself will be in English. In this way, it will definitely help you. If you let's say if you're to listen to these 60 minutes of class in itself, it will definitely benefit you. Now, one of the most important questions that you can ask, that in what way it will benefit us. Okay, so we have so many theories in our psychology. That's not important, that's not relevant as well here. But what I am trying to say is that sometimes when you will hear something, definitely leaves some imprint on your mind, and that imprinting of mind is the first step when learning something. Okay, so always I would request you to learn to these lectures in such a way that it will, apart from these grammar, apart from the word of the day, definitely this class can also, or we say should also, for vocabs for the day, because I definitely use 1 to 3 around 10 to 15 words which are very unique or which are particular to it. So please try to listen the way I speak in the class. In that way, develop, you can also understand. You will get the paragraph in your. Sometimes these type of questions will definitely help you. Okay, and you will definitely get help from this classroom also that we are, because sometimes some words can relate its meaning. Word can confer its meaning relation to the context in it. So we have discussed all these first classes, and that we have set up our rules for the classroom. In fact, if you are not at all comfortable with this method, I would just request you to thoughts what according to you can be an alternate method which you can, because it's you who need to prepare for the exam who are prepared. Teaching method strategy should depend upon the learner who is actually trying to learn something. So we will start with our first question, rather, which is asking about one word substitution. Now, open to more than one interpretation, not having one obvious meaning. So whenever we talk about the meaning generation, whenever we talk about what actually word means to something, what actually it is referring to. Remember, we have two particular words when we talk about clear meaning. Okay, remember this word actually is concise, clarity. Okay, क्या है ये concise और clarity? Concise and clarity basically means when you try to utter something, when you try to say something, what it will leads to, it will definitely leads to some type of understanding. Now whenever we talk about understanding, we also take into account which approach needs to be developed while we are doing, doing, or we can say while we are uttering, or we can also say while we are comprehending. Okay, COMPREHER, comprehension means you're trying to say something, when you are trying to derive something out of a given paragraph, out of a given language. Okay, it's a driven based concept when you try to extract something. Okay, so whenever we talk about the meaning associated with any particular word, we also refer which type of meaning we are actually getting from it. For example, we have homophones, we have homonyms in our SI also. Okay, homophones, homonyms, these are very confusing. For example, let's say there, if the two words are being spelled in the same way, if the two words are written in a similar approach, we can, but they differ when we take into account the meaning pertaining to it. For example, we have so many words. For example, we can, for example, when we talk about homophones, we have let's say grief. Okay, we also have grief. Okay, when you try to utter these two words, what you will notice that when you are trying to utter this word, okay, they are sounding in a very similar way, but when we consider their meaning in terms of their context, they differ. So this, what this will pose a question. Okay, the question that will be posed by these two terms will be the answer to refer in this. Okay, so always try to understand whenever we talk about any word which actually refers itself not in a very clear, a concise way. Rather, we can say something which is unclear. When something which is unclear, it definitely will be open to more than one, and that will be called ambiguity. Remember this word ambiguity, adjective form is ambiguous. Ambiguity. Okay, ambiguity means something which is not defined very clearly, something which is not defining anything in a clear and concise way. That is defined as ambiguity. So not having one obvious meaning, rather multiple meaning, depends upon in which context it is used. Yes, okay. Opposite is something, antonym like exceptional is something very marvelous. Exceptional will be something which is very different from. Okay, right means something which we can say not extraordinary, but rather used in a sense which itself shows some type of. So this is categorized under right. So now definitely you must have understood that what is the meaning of what can be substituted base of this. But ambiguity is something where the meaning of any particular word, meaning of anything has not been clear. That will be categorized under the word ambiguity. Okay. Now we will move on to our next question for the day. That is, a substance that has no therapeutic effect is used as a control in testing new drugs. Now please have a look to this question, because sometimes they will ask you from you can scientific background also the question. You just need to understand what can be the answer. You can also try to find out the answer to the options that have been provided here. Options, for example, when we talk about sedentary is something when a person is very lazy, the person that sitting there in the situation. Okay, what is relax? Relax again refers to something which is not very active. Torpid is something, again all these terms when we refer to, all these terms are used in a prerogative. All these terms are used in prerogative way. For example, the qualities that are associated with any person, any object in such a way that is not showing any type of activeness. Rather, we say that that particular person is very lazy, very idle, okay, sober, we can say. Okay, something which is not very active can appear aesthetically very beautiful. AESTHIC. It means something which is considered in terms of how much beautiful does what, or we can also say what impression does it create, okay? What impact create upon visualizing. Visualization is very important as far as aesthetic, and apart from visualization, we also use this term aesthetic in terms of literary, okay? Always remember these two, because I witnessed this word in one paragraph asking around 2019 PGL examination, okay? Now okay, Sandeep, you are saying C. Okay, no, it's not C. Rather, a substance that has no therapeutic effect, used as a control in testing new drugs. It is defined as a placebo. Okay, placebo is something. Placebo. Please try to understand this word. Placebo is something when we say that when actually it is actually a scientific term. Please remember why it is scientific, because when a drug is tested on a particular person, not we can say that in order to cure him, rather in order to make him feel that he is being cured, that is categorized under effect, okay? It means when something has not any medical application, rather it is used only to make them believe, okay, that making them believe in terms of medicine, okay, that is defined as. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप लोगों के हर दिन की ज़िंदगी में ऐसा ज़रूर आता होगा when any person can say to you that without doing this thing, there are so many references in our day-to-day life where we actually refer to placebo, because in our notion, in our opinion, these placebo effect actually helps to progress. Rather, we can also say they do not have any medical application, they do not have any रियल इफेक्ट, रियल इफेक्ट। फॉर एग्जांपल है ना, किसी को बहुत मीठा खाने की आदत होती है, अंदर से मीठा खाऊंगा तो मैं ठीक हो जाऊंगा, दैट इज एक्चुअली प्लेसिबो। when you consider something is very important for you, okay, in medical terms, but really ऐसा नहीं है, so this will not be lax according to Sandeep. It has no therapeutic effect, it is only used in testing new drugs, in controlling someone. Is that now this one, and on antonym. Now the question in front of you is asking about, the word is given here, and out of the four, one is actually opposite in terms of meaning, okay, in reference to this word. You need to identify and you need to answer which word really refers to the antonym of the word enormous given in the question. Now I will try, since you are here, I will give you 20 seconds to answer this. 20 seconds, I think 10 seconds will be enough, but since first class, give you definitely try to answer, then we will discuss this. Please answer, those whosoever are present in. Okay, Sandeep, what is your answer to this question? I'm eagerly waiting for the answer. Okay, please इतना टाइम नहीं लेना है, आपके पास SSC CGL में बहुत कम टाइम होता है. Just need to go through the word, the options that provided. Please try to relate the word provided and word then try to answer. Okay, so please to answer what according to you can be the opposite of the word enormous. Okay, so yes, Rishabh, you are saying C, tiny. Yeah, definitely. So whenever we talk about enormous, we are talking in terms of, okay, for example, size of the ship as colossal. Remember, enormous, there is a synonym that can be used instead of and that is colossal. Colossal also means something which is very big, something we can say is very large in. So the opposite can be, opposite definitely will be tiny, something which is not great in terms of its structure, rather great, rather weak means something who can be not physically or mentally cannot be that much strong. Average is something which is, these all options, these are word meanings you definitely know. So you can patch you back, research the correct answer, because enormous is something which is very big in terms of its size. Tiny is something which is very okay. Now I think we need to I hope you must good. Now we will move on to our this question, that is artificial. You need to identify the antonym to this. Now please to tell me, please to let me know the language that we are using in this class. Are this one language that we are using in our class, that is properly English language? Is it comfortable with you all, those who are present? Yes or no? So that it will give me an idea that bilingual. So is English comfortable for you all, those who are present? In my first class also I requested you to please comment so that we can also approach towards the method that is more convenient for you. Try to answer. Now what is okay, you are saying yes, definitely we will try to cover this class as much English, because that definitely will make you learn. If you are understanding something, the language should also be based upon that something. That so now what is the opposite of this word artificial? Please to answer. It's a very simple word. Okay? Artificial is something which is manufactured. Okay, we can say in industry, okay, or we can say man-made. Anything that is man-made, okay, with the help of machinery, with the help of technology, categorized artificial. Okay, so what will be the antonym of this word artificial? Something which is man-made is artificial. इसका opposite क्या होगा? Yes, definitely something which exists in nature is called natural. Something that exists in nature. Okay? Now I am also writing in detail, reason being because they can also ask you these type of questions for example one word substitution. That's why it's very important that we cover each word in such a way that it definitely helps us, definitely will help us in part 1, part 2, part 3, whatsoever part that syllabus is divided. Now red is color, truthful is the trait of being we can say trait of being truthful all the time. Other we can also say the trait, or we can say the quality of always being honest. Okay? Honesty itself is compared with something truthful. Now what is solid? Solid is something which has mass, which has place, which really occupies some space. So artificial, now definitely responding to the word natural, is handmade. Now we have our next question is what is the antonym of obeying? Okay, फटाफट आंसर देना है. Okay, what is the answer of obeying? Okay, you all know what is obey. Obey means follow. To follow instruction. Obey means please try to answer. That what is the antonym of this word obeying? If obeying means something which means you are following the instructions, which means you are following something, okay, for which you have been directed to, for which you have been directed towards. That direction जैसा आपको मिले, वो आपका क्या है, ओबेइंग है। बताइए इसका आंसर क्या होगा, ऑर्डरिंग होगा, फॉलोइंग होगा, रिफ्यूजिंग होगा और कॉन्ट्राडिक्टिंग होगा। what will be the answer? Please to let me know. It's very easy question. Obeying means when you follow the instruction given to you by someone. Ordering means when you ask someone to follow what you have been trying to, what anyone is trying to say. Okay, following means when you are actually going through. Isha, you are saying C. Refusing. No, see, obeying means when you are directed towards something and you are trying to follow it. Refusing is not the appropriate, we can say, antonym here. Reason being, because refusing means something where you are denying. Okay? Now, denying can be from any perspective. Denying में ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा order ही होगा, direction ही होगा या instruction भी होगा. आपके डिनाइंग में आपका कोई भी इम्पैक्ट आ सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स से इफ समथिंग इज गिवन टू यू, डिनाई. और लेट्स से कि इफ समवन इज सेइंग सनराइज इज इन द वेस्ट, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देन यू विल डेफिनेटली डिनाई दिस फैक्ट. ओके, इट मीन्स यू ओबेइंग का जो मतलब है, इसका मतलब है कि आपको जो कहा जाए उस वे में आप फॉलो करते हो. ओबेइंग इज ऑलवेज बेस्ड अपॉन योर एक्शन. ओके, रादर आप एक्शनेबल इवेंट से किसी को ओबे करते हो या फिर आप अपने थॉट्स के थ्रू ओबे करते हो. रिफ्यूजिंग मीन्स इफ यू आर नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग, इफ यू आर नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग समथिंग, it will definitely mean refusing. But obeying is not about accepting something, rather it is about following something. Okay, following the instructions, following something which have been asked from you. Okay, so obeying का मतलब क्या है? If you are following something, if you are following the instruction, definitely means that if you say someone that you need to follow this approach, you need to follow this instruction, that will be the opposite ना. Refusing का मतलब है कि आपको किसी ने मना कर दिया, आपने किसी चीज़ को मना कर दिया. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि उसमें आपको मतलब accept, ये याद रखना है आपको. ओके, see, this is antonym, accept, refuse. ओके, एक्सेप्ट का ऑपोजिट रिफ्यूज है, ऑर्डर का ऑपोजिट ओबे है. ओके, हियर यू आर सेइंग रिफ्यूजिंग. ओके, कॉन्ट्राडिक्टिंग का मतलब होता है अग्रीइंग. कॉन्ट्राडिक्टिंग मीन्स opposite will be agree, AGREE. Contradicting means when you are actually not agreeing with someone's statements, someone quotations, rather you are trying to correct them whatsoever they have said upon. Okay, ये आपका contradiction का part होता है. Okay, so contradicting means agree, order opposite is obey, accept opposite is refuse. So the correct answer to this question now definitely will be obeying and ordering. Okay, refusing आपका accept में आना चाहिए. ठीक है ऋषभ, समझ में आया? Obeying means not refusing, rather the opposite of obeying will be ordering. When you order something, that is obey. Sorry, when you order something, it means you are saying someone to follow something, and when you are obeying, it means you are following someone. Okay, this is the basic difference between obeying and ordering. Okay, everyone is following विराट कोहली. Let's say for example, विराट कोहली को सभी फॉलो करते हैं. क्यों? Because they want to make physique like him, they want to speak like him, they want to imitate. Okay, remember this word, imitate means copy. Okay, imitate means copy in its entirety. It means अगर आप किसी को कॉपी कर रहे हैं, that will be imitation. ठीक है, दोनों में फ़र्क है, आपको थोड़ा सा समझना है. ठीक है, imitation means copy in its entirety. आपने किसी सेलिब्रिटी का अगर लाइफस्टाइल फॉलो किया है, व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल ट्राई टू जस्ट डेवलप वन कॉन्सेप्ट जो आपको बहुत पसंद है. अगर आपको फिजिक पसंद है विराट कोहली का, देन व्हाट यू विल इमिटेट ओनली द फिजिक दैट विराट कोहली इज़ फॉलोइंग. ये आपका क्या होगा? ये आपका इमिटेशन कहलाता है. ठीक है, क्लियर है? तो आपको याद रखना है, ओबेइंग अलग है, रिफ्यूजिंग अलग है. ओबेइंग का एंटोनिम ऑर्डरिंग है, रिफ्यूजिंग का है एक्सेप्टिंग. Okay, ACCEPTING. Now I think you must have understood what we are trying to discuss here. Now we will move on to next question, that is idiom and phrases of the day. The first question is about giving cold shoulder. Please try to answer. What can you infer from this word? Just try to use what can be the answer. I'm not asking for the exact answer or correct one. Rather, I'm just asking you to attempt, okay, on the basis of your understanding, that when you see these type of phrases, for example, give cold shoulder, what can you infer from it? देखिए, शिवर का मतलब होता है, okay, shiver means something which is in vibration, okay, vibration due to cold, you can say, due to any fear, you can say. It means something where something is out of your control, तब आप शिवर करते हो, डर के मारे कांप जाना, है ना. इन हिंदी you say डर के मारे कांप जाना, that's called shiver. Okay, cold meat is different to ignore and to support. Please try to answer. First of all, answer, then I will explain that what can be the most probable, most appropriate one for this one. Please try to answer. Okay, Rishabh, Sandeep, आप लोग अगर क्लास में हैं, please try to answer that give cold shoulder means in this idioms and phrases. ओके, देखिए, जब भी हम कोल्ड शोल्डर की बात करते हैं, ओके, आई थिंक वी शुड आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड इन हिंदी एज वेल. ओके, तो देखिए, गिव कोल्ड शोल्डर, कोल्ड जो वर्ड होता है, कोल्ड किस चीज़ को सिंबलाइज करता है? समथिंग, समवन और समथिंग हु इज़ नॉट इमोशनल, है ना. वी ऑफन से ही इज़ अ कोल्ड हार्टेड पर्सन, ही इज़ अ cold hearted person. Why do we say this? Because we are trying to judge him on the basis of his emotion. Okay, if a person is lacking emotion, okay, if a person is lacking emotion, he will be categorized under cold. It means जो आपके desirable characteristics हैं, जो आपके desirable traits हैं, जो आपको चाहिए, वो आपको नहीं मिलते. Okay, it definitely means क्या होगा? Give cold shoulder means to ignore. ओके, वे एक्चुअली मीनिंग क्या है? लैकिंग एनी टाइप ऑफ, लैकिंग इमोशंस. ओके, अगर किसी पर्सन के पास इमोशन नहीं है, इट मीन्स ही डेफिनेटली विल ट्राई टू डिवाइज अ मेथड. ही वो कैसा होगा? वो बिल्कुल भी हेल्पफुल नहीं होगा, वो किसी की मदद नहीं करता होगा, है ना. इट मीन्स गिव कोल्ड शोल्डर का मतलब यू आर ट्राइंग टू एक्चुअली सपोर्टिंग सम, ट्राइंग टू सपोर्ट समवन, ट्राइंग टू शोल्डर किस चीज़ के लिए यूज़ होता है? सपोर्ट के लिए. यू आर ट्राइंग टू सपोर्ट समवन, ओके, विदाउट बीइंग इमोशनली अटैच्ड. ओके, विदाउट बीइंग इमोशनली अटैच्ड. और कभी भी आप इमोशनली अटैच्ड नहीं होते, इस मीन्स क्या? इट विल रेफर टू द प्रोफेशनल रिलेशनशिप दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू डेवलप. ओके, तो इसका करेक्ट आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? गिव कोल्ड शोल्डर मीन्स टू इग्नोर. आप इग्नोर कर रहे हो उसे कि ठीक है, जो भी है. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? यहाँ तक क्लियर है कि जब भी हम कोल्ड की बात करते हैं, कोल्ड का हमेशा सिग्निफिकेंस होता है इन एब्सेंस ऑफ समथिंग. कोल्ड का मतलब ही है, फॉर एग्जांपल, कोल्ड वर्ड अगर आप देखोगे तो वाई इट इज़ कोल्ड? बिकॉज देयर इज एब्सेंस ऑफ सनलाइट, देयर इज एब्सेंस ऑफ हीट. ओके, और लैंग्वेज में आप जाओगे तो हीट का मतलब होता है इफ़ यू आर हैविंग सिंपैथी. ओके, सिंपैथी बहुत ज़रूरी है, एंड इट इज सिंबलाइजेज बाय द वर्ड हीट. ओके, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर. सो गिविंग कोल्ड शोल्डर मीन्स टू इग्नोर. You are supporting, but not from a personal perspective. Rather, you are trying to support from your professional. Okay, in the absence of your emotions. Always try to remember this. Now we will move on to our last question, that is last idiom. Then we will see paragraph for the day. Okay, the question is, at the drop of the hat, what will be the meaning of this idiom? Okay. The sentence that is written down here, it's idiom and phrase. You need to identify which is the most correct explanation, most appropriate explanation of this idiom. At the drop of the hat. Okay? देखिए, एक हिंदी में मैं समझाता हूँ थोड़ा, तो शायद आप लोगों को थोड़ा समझ में आए, है ना. समटाइम्स कभी कभी ऐसा होता है जब बहुत तेज़ हवा चल रही होती है, तो सबसे पहले जो गिरता है हमारे शरीर से वो हमारी टोपी होती है ना. इट मीन्स हमारे बिना किसी एफर्ट के, हमारे किसी बिना मेहनत के कोई एक अकरेंस ऐसा हो, तो आप थोड़ा सा रिलेट करने की कोशिश करो कि जो आपको यहाँ दिया हुआ है उसमें से ऐसा कौन सा ईजी मतलब मीनिंग है जो रिलेट आप कर सकते हो, है ना। एट द ड्रॉप ऑफ हैट, मतलब अगर आपने टोपी पहनी, आप ज़रा सा झुकोगे भी तो टोपी गिर जाएगा आपका, है ना। वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट कैप, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हैट, वो ना सौभिक सर आज क्लास में पढ़ा रहे थे आप लोगों को, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड हैट, ओके। तो एट द ड्रॉप ऑफ द हैट का मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे, एट द ड्रॉप ऑफ द हैट का मतलब होगा मतलब डन ईजली विदाउट एनी प्रिपरेशन, ओके। हैट एक ऐसा चीज़ है जिसमें अगर थोड़ा सा भी अगर बैलेंस खराब हो तो वो गिर जाता है ना, बहुत आसानी से गिर जाता है ना। आप कितना भी चालो बचाने के लिए, लेकिन हैट तो गिरना ही गिरना है ना, होता है ऐसा। that's why there is an idiom related to this activity, this phenomenon, which basically signifies that any work that has already been done and done in very easy way without any preparation. Let's say you appear for CGL examination और बिना किसी प्रैक्टिस के, आपने बिना किसी बिना किसी पढ़ाई के, मेहनत के, अगर गलती से आपका SSC CGL हो जाए, वैसे ऐसा तो नहीं होता है, बट लेट्स से यू आर लकी इनफ हो जाए, देन यू विल से I cracked or I qualified my CGL examination, okay, my CGL examination at the drop of the hat. It means you have done easily without any preparation, okay. समझ में आया, क्लियर है यहाँ तक? So please try to understand these idioms and phrases, those who are present here and also those who will watch this video in recorded version. Please try to relate the idioms and phrases, and please try to relate it through the meaning that each constituent part will give to you, and then try to relate it with the everyday concept कि अगर head गिरना बहुत easy से है तो क्या हो सकता है, and then try to go through option. You definitely will mark the correct one, okay. धीरे धीरे हम लोग देखेंगे, since we are just starting and it's the first class where I can see 2 to 3 candidates in this class. तो धीरे धीरे हम लोग कुछ ऐसा मेथड जरूर डेवलप करेंगे, ठीक है, that you definitely will identify yourself with this classroom. And since ये beginning है हमारा, and since you guys are not responding, rather you should continue in Hindi or you wanna continue in English or you wanna be bilingual in this class, no problem. Whenever you feel, whenever you will think that you are comfortable with any method, that definitely will serve the purpose. Now next is, I think this will be the last one. After this we will have a paragraph, okay. So this idiom and phrase keep at bay, okay. Remember keep at bay का मतलब क्या हो सकता है, आप इस तरीके से सोच के देखो, आप जैसे समुद्र है, कभी आप देखते हो, है ना, उसके अंदर कोई भी आप कचरा फेंकोगे, थोड़ी देर बाद वो किनारे पे आ जाता है. इट मीन्स क्या है, इट मीन्स दैट वाटर इज ट्राइंग टू सेपरेट दैट, जो भी कचरा है, जो भी कूड़ा है, जो भी डस्ट है, कोई भी एक ऐसा अनवांटेड मटेरियल कुछ भी है, whenever you try to throw something in sea, it will definitely wash it off at the shore, है ना. It means keep at bay का मतलब क्या होगा, keep at bay का मतलब होगा keep at a distance, जहाँ पे there will be a detachment from where, a detachment in the relationship we can say, okay. तो कभी भी कीप एट बे का मतलब क्या होगा कि किसी भी चीज़ को जब आप डिस्टेंस पे रखते हो, यू ट्राई टू कीप समथिंग मोर डिस्टेंट फ्रॉम योर सेल्फ, इट विल बी कैटेगराइज्ड अंडर कीप एट बे. कीप एट द सी शोर तो वो बस ऐसा ही है, कीप इन माइंड भी नहीं होगा इसमें, है ना. कीप थिंकिंग अबाउट समथिंग, ये आपका इनक्रेविंग है, ये भी एक अलग सेंस में होता है, ओके. व्हेन यू ट्राई टू डीपली फोकस अपॉन समथिंग, ओके, व्हेन यू ट्राई टू इनग्रेव मीन्स deeply focus on something, when you try to deeply focus on something again and again, this is the stress word here, again and again. अगर आप बार बार किसी चीज़ को सोचते हो, you are engraving, or we can say you are also ingraining yourself with those thoughts, okay. Remember these two words, ingraining and also engraving. नाउ कीप एट बे बहुत ईजी था, हम लोगों ने अभी समुद्र के एग्जाम्पल से देखा, और वहीं से ये कोटेशंस आए. जितने भी आपके इडियम्स एंड फ्रेजेस हैं वो आपके डे टू डे लाइफ से ही बन के आए हैं. यू जस्ट नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्टेक्स्ट इन विच इट इज़ डिफाइंड, ओके. और आपको सिर्फ ऑप्शंस देखने हैं, और देख करके यू नीड टू मार्क द करेक्ट रिस्पॉन्सेस, ओके, इन दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. आई होप एवरी वन ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ कीप एट बे, व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ इनग्रेविंग, व्हाट इज़ इनग्रेनिंग, okay. Please do keep in mind all these words, okay. Now I think you all will be more responsive now, because we have moved towards a new section, that is our comprehension. Now please spend 2 to 3 minutes this paragraph, okay, and then we will discuss around 5 questions, and then you will analyze. आप लोगों को फिर धीरे धीरे आप लोगों को मालूम चलेगा, है ना, since it's our first class, and it can be difficult to understand the language that we use in class, but slowly and gradually, you know, there is a famous quotation also, slowly and gradually you can win the race. Remember that story of a rabbit and a tortoise? Okay, you don't need to be fast, just be at your own pace, and that will definitely land you somewhere where you want to reach. Always keep this in mind. Never judge your success in terms of others' achievement. Always assess yourself on the basis of your capabilities. Okay, हमेशा याद रखना है, वरना फिर वो कहावत है ना, कौवा चला हंस की चाल, और ना वो कौवा रहा ना वो हंस रहा. You don't need to be that. You just need to slowly and gradually compete within yourself, that what you were yesterday and when you are comparing what you are today should have a more emphasis. Okay, that आज हमने बहुत अच्छा काम किया. Now please to have a look to this paragraph, and then we will see some questions. Okay, so the question is about the peacock, which happens to our national bird, is regarded as a good omen. Omen means क्या? Something which is not good, something which is not blessed, rather something which is, we can say, accursed. Okay, तो कभी भी कर्स की बात करते हैं, ओमेन मीन्स बुरा सपना, कुछ ऐसी बुरी चीज़ जो है ना, घर पे वो जो आते हैं टोटने वाले, बिल्ली ने रास्ता काट दिया, है ना, तो बिल्ली ने रास्ता काटने वाला एक ओमेन है. बट रिमेंबर दिस, गुड ओमेन. ओके, गुड ओमेन, दिस इज एक्चुअली ऑक्सीमोरॉन. रिमेंबर, oxymoron means when two words having two opposite meaning, but when they are placed together, this is called our oxymoron. Okay, always remember. For example, when I say bittersweet, okay, bittersweet, it means it is an oxymoron. Okay, when they both refers to something but actually are placed together. It is also considered to be vain because of its habit to draw attention to itself. Different religions see the peacock as a symbol in varied ways. In Christianity, it represents the all-seeing God and is often used as a symbol of immortality. The Chinese believe that a glance from the bird could impregnate a woman. Okay, I am underlying these symbolism because that will definitely help us when we try to solve the questions based on this paragraph. Now, according to Hinduism, Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom, rides a peacock, and when God Indra transformed himself an animal, he chose to be a peacock. Okay, always remember this detail. In Buddhism, the peacock symbolizes purity, and their feathers are used for purification ceremonies. Okay, now that we have been through this paragraph, let's quickly see how can we solve questions in relation with it. Okay, so please, you have 5 seconds to go through this question, and please try to answer. Okay, I'm giving you 10 seconds to answer this question. Okay, so please answer. Okay, Rishabh, you are saying A. It is the national bird of our country. Remember the first line and the second line in the paragraph, which actually said it's considered to be vain because of its habit to draw attention to itself. Okay, remember this detail that we have covered. Now you must be facing problem in solving these because of the absence of the slides in front of you. That's why I would request all of you to take a screenshot now, okay, so that when you do questions, you definitely can refer to the screenshot, okay, while attempting the question. So it's not a, rather peacock, it's said to be vain because it attracts all focus to itself. That's why it is vain. Okay, that's why it is vain. Read this paragraph again. Please take a screenshot and please try to understand again. That's why see, I have marked this already. You need to solve comprehension in the examination in such a way that you don't need to go through this paragraph again and again. It will definitely consume your time, and it will definitely lead to, you know, some kind of hesitation in the examination कि अरे अब ये भी रहता है, अब ये भी रहता है, ये भी करना है, and that will definitely ruin all your preparation. So always try to cover your paragraph in such a way that you mark the important details that you think is important. It doesn't matter whether the question is asking or not. You just need to go through the paragraph, just try to highlight the important point that you think is very important, and then try to answer those paragraphs. Okay, it will definitely help you to mark the correct option in the examination. Okay, so the correct answer to this question is it attracts all focus to itself. That's why peacock is said to be a vain bird. Okay, now we will move on to our next question, that is immortality refers to. See, the word comes here, the immortality, and I think in yesterday's class we have talked about it when I was discussing metaphysics. Okay, I talked about this term, that what is mortal and what is immortal. Okay, so those who have watched the video of yesterday can definitely answer this question. A very easy question, because tranquility is something, we can say a state of mind, a calm state of mind. Okay, a calm state of mind will be tranquility. What is longevity? Longevity is a desire of something, when you try to achieve something. What is hopefulness? Hopefulness when you are hoping for something. Okay, when you are positive about something. Okay, that will be hopefulness. Okay, what is deathlessness? Deathlessness will mean a person, or we can say any object, a person or object which is not, we can say ephemeral, 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 number one. Number two, which cannot die. Okay, which cannot die. Okay, so immortality basically also means that something which cannot be destroyed. Okay, which cannot be destroyed. So something which cannot be destroyed, be it we can say, be it in a carnal sense, or we can say be it any form which cannot be destroyed, which can be considered under the category of immortality. Okay, so the correct answer to this question now will become our option number A, that is deathlessness. Okay, please try to keep in mind all these details that we are covering in today's class. Now question number 3, the Chinese believed that the peacock could bless their women with. Now remember, while we were covering, we were having a look on this paragraph, and this paragraph, actually you can again see I have marked here again. Okay, the Chinese believed that a glance from the bird could impregnate a woman. That's why I said, I emphasize that you need to consider, and also you need to mark the most you think according to you is the most important, we can say the facts that has already been provided to you, number one. Number two, that you think is very important as far as the questions in relation to this paragraph is concerned. Okay, so Chinese believed that a glance from the bird could impregnate a woman. So the correct answer to this question will definitely be our the conception of babies. They won't give you options very similar to your paragraph, rather they will give you some vocab based question. What is conception? Conception is basically the process, okay, the process through which process through which we can say what you can say, a process through which a child is born. Okay, be it a girl child, be it a boy child, the process through which a child is being not we can say manufactured, rather it's a scientific term. Okay, so conception means it's a process through which a child is born, is called conception. So the Chinese believed that when you have a glance of peacock, it will definitely bless you with a child. Now the last question is, the Hindu goddess used the peacock as बहुत easy hai. Okay, a mode of transport, an ornamental bird, a trusted messenger, a royal throne. Remember, we have seen option number A, a royal throne. The goddess Saraswati okay, actually rides a peacock that is serving as a royal throne. Now the question number 5, the Buddhist used the peacock feathers in performing. Okay, this will be your homework. Okay, please have a look on that paragraph, on that paragraph, and please try to answer. I will definitely ask the answer to this question in tomorrow's class. Okay, till then, please to watch this class again, and please try to ingrain yourself with the language that I use in the class. That definitely will help you in order to be better as far as your English grammar, comprehension, anything that is related to English is concerned. Okay, so till then, please do take care. Please try to revise, please try to memorize, and also please try to understand these concepts in relation to each other. We will definitely meet tomorrow at same time, 3 to 4. Please do revise, and please be ready with the answer to this question. Okay, Rishabh, you are saying thank you. Anyway, I am actually looking forward to have a more engaging conversation, more engaging class. Okay, in future, since we are meeting for the first time today. Okay, so please do take care. We will definitely meet in our tomorrow's class, 3 to 4. Happy learning.